We're just gonna wait for this car to go by.
Don't fucking look at me. Okay.
Hey guys, so we are RareFactor, but you should already know that considering you came to this channel called RareFactor.
Unless it was by accident, then all you have to do is close the app.
My name is Carla. This is Travis.
It is? My name's Travis?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. I told the guy at Starbucks my name was Tim.
No, it's your dad's name.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, for today's video, we are doing it in our car.
at nighttime.
At 9 o'clock at night. Because we originally meant to do it at I think 2 in the afternoon when it was beautiful lighting. And, so we have this awful lighting of this light right here, and then our ray lights in front of us here. So enjoy it. So for this video, we are doing kind of like a story time rant thing because we couldn't come up with any other ideas, and we've just had some pretty shitty luck lately with some really stupid people.
First of all, I was just sitting there enjoying my day, getting ready, waiting to go to work, and then she looks out the window and my driver's side window got smashed.
Yeah. It was 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was like a Tuesday, and I didn't have to work, but he did. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and I heard a car alarm. I woke up to the car alarm, and I looked outside our window and I thought it was the car that was beside us. So I was like, oh, whatever, not our problem. I went back to bed. And then around noon, when I was actually up and out of bed, I looked out the window just to see what was going on because I'm a nosy little bitch. And we had roofers on the roof of our building doing stuff. And then I looked down at our car and the driver's side window was completely smashed, and I started freaking out. So we went down and we looked at it. It was completely shattered, and we didn't know if either it was a break-in or if the roofing people dropped something off the roof. And
Still undetermined.
Yeah, still undetermined because the police are completely useless in this town. So we called the police. They don't get there until about 4 or 5, and he had to call into work. He couldn't even go to work because of this stupid situation. And they said that because there was 2 other incidences like that downtown.
But they think they're not connected because ours is uptown.
Yeah, we live up in the north end of our city, so we're all the way at the top, and this 2 other incidences happened at the bottom of our city. And they said that they're not sure what it could be, but because there was no witnesses or evidence or anything like that, it could just be anything, and there's nothing they can do about it, and just to put in a claim.
Yep.
So we ended up having to call insurance. And
I called them, and I decided to talk to an Alu Akbar. Yep.
Well, he didn't decide to. He just got shitty luck.
He sits there and he tells me, okay, Travis, okay, now you got this, and your insurance will cover $300. I'm like, I'm sorry? He goes, your insurance $300. I'm like, okay, so it covers $300? Yes, sir. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
And then we go down to Speedy Glass, which is where they transferred me to. And I had Speedy Glass fix it, and they had to put in a new window regulator because mine was
on
already
Thursday,
broken.
so we went a whole day without a window.
Yeah, and they wrapped it up with plastic and tape. And then I decided to go through my insurance, because I was like, well, it covers $300, why not do it? But the guy that told me it covered $300 actually meant that my deductible is $300.
And neither of us know what that means, but apparently it's where you are forced to pay $300. It's your deductible. You're supposed to pay your deductible. So we're like, whatever. This is happening we went in at 8, got the window fixed, and they told us it was going to take 2 or more hours to fix the window. It actually took until about
an hour and a half.
9:30, and I was supposed to go to work for 10. And so we're like, okay, whatever. We paid it, and we didn't think of anything at first. And then we got into the car, and I'm looking at the paper that is our bill. And for one thing, it's in French. We live in Brockville, which is a 95% English city. No one here speaks French. So it's in French. We couldn't fucking read it. And then I'm trying to figure out what it says. And I'm looking at it, and it says $141 plus the $28, whatever it was, to install something else for the window to get it fixed for the labor of it. And I'm thinking, how does $141 plus $28 translate to $330? So I went back in, I asked the guy, I was like, what the hell is going on? This is so stupid. And then he's like, oh, well, that's just how much you had to pay, but you could pay out of pocket if you want to. At this point, we have already paid $330 out of pocket. So Travis goes back in.
I go back in, and then I decide, I'm like, okay, well, is out of pocket cheaper? And he goes, yes, because the insurance said it was $300 covered. And I'm through a different insurance company, and it's just a bunch of bullshit that went on. So I decided to say, well, how much does the out-of-pocket cost? He told me it was $247. So I said, well, will you refund me the $325, and then I'll just pay the $247? He goes, yeah, sure, no problem. Speedy Glass, highly recommended to anyone. They're great.
Yeah.
Just the insurance company I'm with, Perth Insurance, Economic Insurance, whatever, no.
You're not allowed to say that, but
Why?
just can't. You can't slander. But
I don't
anyway,
fucking care.
just the insurance that we have on the car is just so ridiculous, because it turns out that the guy who doesn't even know how to speak English meant to say that our deductible was $300. Not that they would cover $300. We went in thinking we weren't going to pay a single cent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were lucky that I got paid that morning and I had $600 sitting there in my bank account, or else we would have been fucked. And
Would have had no window.
so then we paid it and like everything, and it just was so upsetting. So that's just, we're never going through insurance again unless it's actually going to be worth it, because insurance was only going to cover $75.
Now, had I done like $1,000 worth, I would pay my $300 deductible, but
Oh yeah, but I guess we found out that insurance companies, it's where they all get together and they say, okay, say this happens to a car, so say your window gets smashed in a car. Even though some place might only charge $200 to get it fixed, we're gonna force them to charge almost fucking $400 so that we get more money in our pocket. And it's a completely flawed system, and it's just ridiculous. So that happened. What was another thing that happened? Because I work in a restaurant, and it's a pretty okay restaurant to go eat at. It's kind of a horrible restaurant to work in, but we went to this restaurant for breakfast, and on like a Saturday morning, and because the day before I had bought a meal to take home, and on the receipt you can get like a 2-for-1 breakfast. You can like get 2 breakfasts and only pay for the one. So we go in and we usually do that, and the breakfast that I get is usually the free one that you can get. So I go up to the register and I'm like, okay, well, here's my receipt from yesterday and I want to get the free breakfast. And then the waitress just, I swear, she's like getting old and senile or
she's
some
losing
shit.
it.
And she's like, oh, well, like, he wasn't in the building, so I can't use it. And I'm like, excuse me, this is my receipt from yesterday for a meal that was for myself. Why can't you use this receipt? Oh, well, he wasn't in the building, and I know he wasn't. What do you mean? And this goes on for just like 5 or 10 straight minutes, just standing there staring at each other. She's like, I can't do it. And I'm like, okay, whatever, just give us our bill then. She gives us our bill.
And she did it anyways.
She took off the fucking free meal anyway. And I'm
So
like, okay.
Okay, well, whatever. Saved us some money.
So we ended up not having to pay for a $10 breakfast, and we just get out and we're like, what the fuck just happened? It was ridiculous. Fuck.
And then the bullshit that went on Friday night. We just wanted some food.
What was that?
Good Friday. We just wanted some food.
Yeah, Good Friday. So in Canada, I don't know if it works like this around the whole entire world, but in Canada at least, in Ontario at least, because each province is weird. Whenever, because Easter's always on, like, there's always Easter Monday, but it's like a whole long weekend about it. So Friday you have Good Friday, then you have Saturday, then you have Easter Sunday, then you have Easter Monday. And so Good Friday, a lot of places aren't open, but we didn't know which places were going to be closed. And it's about midnight, or like 11 o'clock midnight. And usually we go to this one restaurant that's open until about 1 or 2 in the morning. And they just have such awesome food. And I really love their Caesar salad there. And I was really craving a Caesar salad. And so we tried calling and they didn't answer. And we're like, okay, well, it says they're open till 2. But the hours might be a bit different. So we drove past and they were closed. And we're like, okay, whatever. So
we went downtown and checked the other bars / pubs to see if they were open. And they were open, but they don't think they were serving food. So we went into this one, and we stood there at the bar waiting, and there was 2 bartenders, right?
Yeah, waitresses, really.
Bartenders, waitresses, and there was 2 of them, and they were standing there, and they saw us standing at the end of the bar waiting. They'd walk a little bit close, look at us, and then walk away. And they did that about 5 times. We stood there for about 20 minutes just waiting to get served.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Nope.
So we decided, I said, let's just leave.
We just said screw it. We walked out, and then we drove past this other bar, grill, restaurant place that was just around the corner, and we're like, oh, maybe we should try there. So we tried calling first. Like, we're sitting right in front of the restaurant. We tried calling first to ask them if they're serving food because we didn't want to walk in. There's like a bunch of drunk people, and so we tried calling first, and they wouldn't answer. And then we're like, oh, well, like, we were sitting there debating if we should go in and ask them, but we're like, you know what? It's Good Friday, and all these bitches are rude, so what's the point?
So we just went home and went to bed.
Yeah, hungry, and it sucked. But then, like, the next morning, the Saturday morning, was when we went and had that whole breakfast issue.
Yeah.
But here's my problem with Good Friday. Good Friday happens, Easter and everything happens because this mythical creature, character thing called Jesus died and came back to life 3 days later. See, I went to a Catholic school, so I heard a lot about this, and I'm like the most atheist person you will ever meet in your entire life. Like, I completely hate religion. Like, it's annoying. Like, yeah, I understand that people have their beliefs and all that kind of stuff, whatever. Have your beliefs, believe in this, that, or whatever, but I don't believe it, and I really hate it when people push it upon other people. Because this mythical thing happened, apparently, like, millions of years ago. It's forced on us not religious people to not be able to eat at midnight on a Friday night when there should be a bunch of things open. It just baffles me beyond compare how all these different things have to be forced upon us. And I understand get together, be with family, have some dinner and stuff like that, but just
we did that twice. We got lots of good free food.
Why do you have to close businesses just because this thing apparently happened so long ago? And if someone doesn't believe in that,
and we don't even celebrate it for that reason anymore. No. We celebrate it because the big bunny goes around and drops shit eggs all over our house. What are you doing?
Well,
this isn't scripted, okay?
Oh. Yeah, so it's come to our attention that some people think that we are scripted.
Yes.
We are not scripted whatsoever. Like, I swear on my life, we are not scripted. The most that we have is, right now is actually the first time that we have, is I have on the phone right here just a few things written down, like jot notes of like certain topics to make sure that I don't miss them. That's the closest I'll get to it, is if we're doing a rant video like this and I'm talking about like a few different things. Like, I'll come up with a good idea, I'm gonna write it down and make sure that I say it. But for the most part, like, we're really not scripted at all. And if we had cameras on us 24/7, you'd see the weird shit that we'd like say back and forth to each other. Like, we could be, whenever we're like driving somewhere, we'll be sitting in the car and I'll say something, he'll say something back, and it'll just go back and forth, and you'd think that we're completely scripted, and we are not. And I mean, I personally feel like it's because my entire life growing up, I was in a lot of musical theater and acting and stuff like that, so could just be that where I'm naturally able to, like, how do you say it, like, deliver what I'm trying to say in like a professional kind of sounding manner, I guess. I don't fucking know. But
I just played a lot of Xbox as a child, so I know how to just be a dick.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, we could go back and forth having like fake argument banter stuff going on, and it's going fluently back and forth as if we've practiced it so many times. Jeez, I don't know why I have hiccups or burps or something.
Ah!
Fuck off.
Oh, okay. And if you guys want to hear more about that stuff and you actually want to see some of that content, drop a like on this video and a comment, some constructive criticism and non-constructive criticism. That makes me want to possibly have some deathly endeavors.
What's an endeavor?
Something that you want to do. I don't know. Pretty sure that's what it means.
I don't think you're using that word right, but...
Oh, well. I got hurt today.
Hey guys, so it is now Sunday night when we are filming this outro because I was editing a video that was supposed to be posted last Sunday, but we have been so busy with our lives that I never actually got around to it. And then I was editing the video and we lost like 20 or 25 minutes of our content, so...
Sorry.
Yeah, so now we have to reshoot our outro. We really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, give us some criticisms.
Support us so we can get you some better content.
Yeah, follow us on our social media, which will be down in the description. Like
follow us on Ovivo.
Yeah, we're doing a Wevo too, which I will now have to add to the description.
Right.
Anyway, guys, we hope that you really liked this video. We were going to ask you guys if you wanted to see the rest of the video that we shot, but we lost all of it. So, and there's
part 1 and part only 1.
Yeah. Let us know what kind of stuff you want to see, and we will try our best to give it to you. We just definitely want a larger variety of things to do. So, some really fun stuff. So, do you have anything to say?
Have a great night.
I think that's everything.
Or
bye. Day. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Okay. Just get it.
Hey. Good to see you. Come on in, let's go.